All right, welcome to this explainer. Today, we're zooming way in to look at the foundational building block of your entire existence, the cell. But listen, we are not doing boring textbook diagrams today, okay? We're looking at this through a completely different, high-stakes lens. So I want you to imagine your body not as a machine, but as a landscape of tiny, bustling metropolises. And just like any massive city, they are filled with intense relationships, absolute, unwavering loyalty, and some pretty dramatic power struggles. Literally trillions of cells are interacting at this very second. It's wild.
I mean, think about it. Those trillions of cells, they're working nonstop to power your everyday experiences. Every single heartbeat, every time you crack a smile, that serious burn you feel during a workout, the frustrating late-night overthinking, and yep, even that sudden rush of adrenaline when you see your crush. It all happens because your cells are just furiously working behind the scenes for you. Section 1. Meet the mastermind. Right, so inside every single one of these tiny cities sits the ultimate VIP, the nucleus. It's the control center, the brain, and honestly, the true main character of our story. It dictates almost everything the cell does. Without the nucleus, the cell would just drift, completely lost. Like a massive corporation suddenly losing its CEO. It's absolutely the anchor of the cell's existence. Now, inside that nucleus, there's a slightly darker, very distinct area called the nucleolus. You can think of this as the factory manager. Its highly crucial job is to actually make ribosomes, which basically means it's actively hiring the cellular workforce. It's building the loyal team that's going to do all the real heavy lifting later on. Which brings us to secret letters and messages. Because, a mastermind is really only as powerful as the information it holds. Inside that nucleus lives something you've definitely heard of, DNA. But instead of just picturing a twisting biological ladder, I want you to think of DNA as the cell's highly secure private servers. It holds classified blueprints, secret memories, and your ultimate operational rules. It is literally the cell's entire life story, safely locked away. And this microscopic code dictates exactly who you are. The DNA securely stores the blueprint for, well, everything. Your eye color, your hair color, your height, how your body grows, how it repairs injuries, and fundamentally, how to manufacture proteins. It's all written right in there. But because this DNA is so incredibly valuable, it obviously can't just be left out in the open. It's surrounded by a protective covering called the nuclear membrane. You can picture this membrane as a highly trained team of VIP security guards, or even overprotective parents. They stand at the perimeter, ensuring the master blueprints inside stay perfectly intact. The info is just way too precious to risk. But here's the catch. The dramatic tension, if you will. The rest of the city desperately needs those instructions to survive. Messages have to get out. And they do, through these tiny openings in that protective layer called nuclear pores. Imagine these pores as heavily encrypted data channels, kind of like secure chat notifications popping up on your phone. They allow very specific, approved messages to squeeze past the security guards and out into the wider cell. So the message gets out. Enter the loyal workforce. When the nucleus needs something done, it fires off a specialized messenger called mRNA. This mRNA is basically the cell's version of an urgent, maybe slightly panicked text message to the rest of the body. It literally says, hey, we need more proteins, please make this urgently. It carries those exact instructions from the darted DNA straight to the factory floor. It really is a flawless chain of command. Let's trace it. The DNA holds the master instructions securely inside the nucleus. The mRNA messenger grabs a copy and rushes it through those nuclear pores. Then the ribosomes receive and read the urgent text. And boom, the requested proteins are created. This happens inside you millions of times a day. It's incredible. So who exactly is reading these frantic text messages? The ribosomes! Remember that factory manager, the nucleolus we talked about earlier? Well, these ribosomes are the loyal, hardcore factory floor staff that the manager hired. They get the urgent texts and follow the instructions perfectly, every single time. No complaining. And the result of all this loyal labor? Proteins. If we stick to our city metaphor, proteins represent pure, tangible action, like relationship effort. We all know that without effort, a relationship, or a city, just collapses. While in the microscopic world of your body, without proteins, life literally stops. They're the physical proof of the cell putting in the grueling work to keep you going. Just think about the massive amount of heavy lifting these proteins do. They're out there building your muscles after a gym session, repairing your skin when you scrape your knee, carrying vital oxygen, fighting off invading diseases, and yes, even helping your brain overthink everything at 2 a.m. They are the ultimate workforce in action.
All right, moving on to power and sacrifice.
Keeping this bustling city running smoothly requires a crazy amount of power. To prevent the cell from just totally exhausting itself, we have the mitochondria, the famous powerhouses of the cell. If we translate this into our human world, mitochondria are the ultimate biological pre-workout, or maybe a triple shot espresso. They provide the raw, explosive energy blast needed to keep those loyal workers moving.
But here is where the story gets really emotional. We've established how important the nucleus is, right? The beloved main character. A standard cell keeps its nucleus and lives a nice, comfortable, controlled life. But the red blood cell makes a shocking choice. It actually ejects its own beloved nucleus. It willingly gives up its brain, its control center, sacrificing its own longevity just to make physical room to carry life-saving oxygen to the rest of your body. Talk about the ultimate biological sacrifice, right? And now, the final scene. Honestly, it gives you a profound new appreciation for what's happening under your skin. Because realize, this is all about you, right now, as you're going through this explainer at this very second. Trillions of tiny cities inside you are furiously working. They're pinging urgent chat notifications, protecting your deep biological memories, chugging cellular energy, repairing damage, and fighting tooth and nail for your survival. It is an absolute masterpiece of coordination. And right at the center of almost every single one of those trillions of stories sits the nucleus, quietly controlling it all like the true main character of life. With trillions of main characters fighting for your survival right now, are you ready to realize the quiet, brilliant power inside you? I mean, what other dramatic secrets do you think are hiding right beneath your skin, just waiting to be understood?